Hi friends, my name is May and today I want to share with you my lazy coloring technique that saves me time and money. I color this pink carnation using only 3 markers to create various shades and values. I could have stopped there, but I went on with 3 colored pencils to add more definition, and it's my first time to try these colored pencils, so I'm really excited. So this is my January journal cover and you can download it for free below. I printed it on 100 GSM paper, and that's not marker paper, but that's what I use for my journals. So I put a plastic sheet under it while coloring to avoid bleed through. The alcohol markers that I used are Ohuhu Honolulu markers, and the colors are green pink, jade green, and pigeon blue. I've used these colors before as underpainting combinations, and that's why I'm using them again. The colored pencils are Prismacolor, and they are magenta, dark green, and indigo blue. I call this my lazy technique, but it's actually a very old technique used by artists, and it's called underpainting. It's using color theory to create form, and I learned about it from watching videos by Amy Schulke. She is my favorite art teacher, so I recommend you watch her too. And since I'm a beginner and not an expert, I think you really learn a lot more from her than from me, but thanks for being here anyway. Since I only have one pink marker, I used the green and blue to give me deeper shades of pink. I chose the green color because it's opposite pink on the color wheel, and also the leaves are green, so it ties for a more natural look. And I tried to find the lightest green color that I have, and so that's what I used. So the first step is to use the light green on the shady areas. I wait a few seconds before layering to let the color sink into the paper, but not too long or else you won't be able to blend anything. Sometimes I use the light blue marker on areas where I want darker shade. Then I color over it with pink or green to blend everything. Next is to use pink over the light green and other parts of the petal as well, but not the highlight areas. And I layer it several times to have a darker pink color and also to allow it to blend well with the green. Wait for a few seconds before coloring over the entire petal or flower, and I do this with a very light hand. This way I get a lighter pink on my highlight areas. Now, I call this lazy because I didn't really stress when I was coloring this, since I already put a lot of thought on what colors and technique to use. For me, that made this project a truly cozy and relaxing experience. And since my every coloring project is an experiment, I don't care about smooth blending or going over the lines. For this project, I just want to lay down the colors to create form and make this flower come alive. I use my iPad to check the color values by changing the filter to black and white. It is amazing how light-colored markers can create darker values just because of underpainting. I colored the biggest flower using the same technique, but this time I want the flower to have a brighter color. Here are the areas where I use underpainting. Beside the petal folds, on creases indicated by the line drawing, overlapping petals to push the one petal behind, shadows created by petals above. I also make sure that the tips are lighter than the body of the petals. I used a reference image, but I think I wasn't able to translate it well, but that's okay. Now for the final touches. I used a dark green colored pencil to create deeper colors in the corners and push some petals behind the other. Then I used magenta to give the flower more pink color and to lessen the blue or green in some areas. This is the first time that I am intentionally using colored pencils on my project. My focus is to lay down the color at the right areas, and I didn't really mind the texture or the direction of the strokes that I made. I added indigo blue if I want those shades to be darker. I also used blue to create a light shadow behind the flowers. And here's the final result, my January journal cover page. Let me know what you think. This saved me time since I didn't have to look for more pink markers to create a perfect transition. To be honest, I didn't have a lot of options since I only have a few pink markers. And I was only holding 3 markers in my hand, all partially open, so this was done faster than I expected. This lazy technique also saved me marker ink because I didn't have to use the same pink marker over the same area unless I want to. That gives me more use for this color, and I can use the same technique on other markers, especially the ones I haven't used yet. I'm using the same technique on my birthday page, so I hope you watch my next video. Please subscribe and help me reach more with my coloring tutorials. Thanks again for being here and see you in the next one. Bye!